Hello people, it is Carson here today, and I am going to be showing my top 3 favorite Hot Wheels, including honorable mentions. I was going to upload the other video with the same topic, but my dog ended up getting in the way, and it became a complete failure, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to redo the video entirely, so yeah, thanks a lot, Expo. Right now he's not in the room with me, but that's all I really have to say. So the rules for my list, for like cars that are considered my favorites, I am not including character cars, and I am not including real cars, like this Brazilian Dodge Charger, so sorry for fans of the Brazilian Dodge Charger. That one is not in. Sorry, no real cars, because these are Hot Wheels creations that Mattel made, so that is what I'm going to be reviewing as my favorite cars. So I want to go over some honorable mentions first, and then I'll get to my top 3. So my first honorable mention is the Zodic. This is by Alec Tam, who is the designer of the car. And what I really like about this one is just how Mattel can do a whole lot with this model, and with how they can do a whole lot with very little. That's what I really like about this one. This isn't the only one that has this. I'll show that one in a bit. We got an Accelerations car. It is Spectite. It was driven by Nolo Pesaro, and this one was a really cool casting. I don't have the Spectite version. I mean, I don't have the Accelerations version, but I'm looking for it, and I hope I get it soon once I get a job at or if I have enough money to get it. Someone on my Accelerations video commented. Shout out to him. Next up is Roger Dodger. This one is a really cool car. It's kind of based off a Dodge Charger. I think that's what it's based off of. But it's a really good car. It's definitely a classic model. And yes, it did get changed. I like the older one better, even though both of them are pretty good. Now this one is this one actually has a very interesting story behind it. It is Ollie Rocket. And Ollie Rocket is based, well, it's not based off of, but it's designed by a 5-year-old kid and this was in collaboration with Make-A-Wish. And I'm surprised that a 5-year-old created this. This is really cool. This is pretty good for a 5-year-old to make. All that, I'm like, well, man, all that from a 5-year-old kid, like, that is crazy. And, I will link the story to, Oliver Eaton, who is the kid who made this car. So I want to thank Oliver Eaton and give him a shout out because, hey, why not? And next up we have an Accelerations model. This is my second favorite. This is actually my top 10, I believe. I'll do a top 10 video soon. Chicane. I love the driver, Karma Ice. She's really cool. She's a really interesting character. And I still don't have the Accelerations version of this one, but I really want it so bad. I wish I could get it for free, but it's expensive, so... Now, here's this next one. This one, like I said with Zodic, this casting is, Mattel does a whole lot with very little with this one. The Muscle Tone. This is a really cool casting. I really like this version. This might be my favorite version of this casting. I love the Y5 wheels, the gloss black paint, and the little swoosh effects that it has on it. It's really, I'm like stunned by this design. Next up is another Accelerations car, and it's driven by the Metal Maniacs team leader, Torquematics, this casting is hollowback. I saw the 2018 Glow Wheels version, and I fell in love with it. It is so cool. I really, really love the hollowback. It's a really interesting looking casting. And I'm surprised it came back in the mainline again. Now that's coming in 2018. This is the Mystery Models version, and it looks a lot like the Metal Maniacs version. You can tell by the tribal graphics on it. It's really cool. And my last honorable mention is 16 Angels. Now, for those of you who have been following me for any length of time, I just turned 16 this year. I'll be 17 next year in March. And this car, I posted a picture of me holding this car, and I said I turned 16 today, so yeah, that's why I really love this car, and I also liked it because it was in a lot of Hot Wheels video games. Alright, so now let's get on to my top 3 cars, and you're going to notice a theme. They're all from World Race, and they're fantasy cars. So my first car, which is number 3, is Slingshot. Uh, so this was driven by Kurt Wilde in World Race and Excel Racers until he crashed it in the Storm Realm and Excel Racers. I really like how this car. I really like the designs this car got over the years, especially the race team version, which introduced it to the new tooling. It looks really, really great. I really love especially this one. This one looked really good. I thought this one would represent Rocket Raccoon, but no, it's Starler. But yeah, it looks awesome regardless. Love the Trapezoid 5 wheels. They look really good. But I love the older version because it's got the metal base, and it's a very, very fast car for downhill racing. I think the plastic kind of hinders it a little bit because the other one's made of metal. But also, the old version did not have this little support right here for the 2 wings because there was a rivet that would go through there. I'll do a video on this one soon, like on how this thing got changed. So that was number 3. My number 2 car, you may be surprised to see this one because this is one of the most popular Hot Wheels, but this guy kind of got lost over time, but I'm very happy to feature this one on my channel, and it is the Diora 2. You may be thinking, why is this guy number 2 when he should have been number 1? Well, I don't know. The other car that I'm going to show you in a little bit, I really like over this one. But when I learned that they made a real life car of this guy, this is the car this is literally my dream car. I really wish I could have it, or maybe I could commission someone to make it. I could definitely do that. It would be really good. So the Dior 2, if you don't know, it was driven by Vert Wheeler in World Race and Excel Racers. I didn't like how it went in Excel Racers, where basically the timer went off in the portal, and then when Vert got out, his car got split in half. So, literally from like here down, it got split in half. So yeah, that was one interesting way for a car to go, but still, regardless of that, the ill fate of the Dior 2, I really, really love this car. It's really, really awesome. Yeah, and I know I don't like the minions, but I'm just using this version, and I really like how you get in the car because, so if you don't know how to get in the car, the front opens up like this. There's even a 1/18 scale, which I can show you, but I don't have it with me. I hope I get it this Christmas because I really love the Dior 2. It's my dream car. So, for those of you wondering, so what could possibly beat the Dior 2? Well, my favorite Hot Wheels car, get ready to see this one. It is none other than Power Pipes. This is one of the best Hot Wheels I've ever seen. It's got a lot of cool designs. I really love especially this version in particular, the Mystery Models version, but I love the Volcano Blowout version, which is in one of my videos. In the background in one of my videos, actually. I think it was collection update number 15, I believe, was when you could see it. I believe so. Where it had like the 2018 B-Case cars, so you can go search that up if you want to. But Power Pipes was the casting introduced in 1995, and it was designed by one of the least known Hot Wheels designers, known as Bruce Bauer. Or I thought it was Bruce Bauer when I saw the name, and I was like, oh, it's Bruce Bauer. But and yes, this car did get changed, but I already did a video on that. I will show you the video soon. You can actually check through my channel to take a look at the casting change that I got. But what I really liked about this car was just how fast it was. It was even faster than Slingshot, the old version in particular. It was even faster than the old Slingshot, and that's what I really liked about this one. I would use it in downhill races and with all my other cars, and it would, for the most part, manage to beat most of my cars. I think some of the more heavier cars like Sidekick, it would lose against, but and some of the more aerodynamic cars it would lose against, but yeah, this is the Power Pipes, and I really love this car, and yes, this is my favorite Hot Wheels car. And I know it's the least likely of Hot Wheels cars since not a lot of people really talk about this one, but this is a car that I really love. Ever since I saw it in Stunt Track Challenge and World Race, I fell in love with this thing. So those are my top 3 favorite Hot Wheels. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.